going to talk about the stats that are increased by soul and which one is priority, P0, P1, P2, etc. Start it off. This is actually the lowest. It's a P5, as in it's the lowest priority. I'll explain that in a bit. These two are the highest, but only in mid-game to late game. And then lastly, these two, or not, let's not do these two together. This one is definitely like a P1 or P2 priority, really good. Whereas this one, blood, is like a P2 or a P3. Now, you might be asking, why did you say that? Well, let me explain why this one is the lowest first, like a P5, because this only goes up by 1% every 10 levels. You have to look at the investment cost. Right now it costs, it doesn't look like it's a lot, but it's a decent amount. It costs a decent amount of souls for only a 1% boost. Let's go look at our gear. Any random piece of gear with final damage plus 13%. What? Like, this is equal to 130 levels. Right? Or is it no, it's 130 levels. Yeah. Any random piece of gear with one substat is already going to be so much better than so yeah, like any piece of gear can have 114, and this value only goes up. What that means is it's very easy to get this stat from gear. So you want to keep this level the lowest compared to everything else. That's optimal, right? All right, next let's actually look at these two and why they are the most important. Well, primarily because there's no substat or main stat that gives super crit. So this is the only way. This is the only way you get DPS boost with super crit. Makes sense, right? That's why this is the highest priority. Well, mid game. Why? Because early game, you actually want to be doing these two. Only up to a certain point. So these two are early to mid game. Why? Well, early game, these percentages, again, they go up every 10 levels is 10%. So it's basically like 1 level per 1%. Or early game, you want to have a decent income. These are like income stats. If you get a decent income, what happens is when you start rebirthing, you can see that, the soul boost is like already quite high, right? And you get, in most of the souls you get from rebirthing comes from the soul boost, but only up to a certain extent. And you can do the math. Essentially from like level 1 to maybe like level 500, it's pretty important. But after that, it starts not to be cost efficient. You still need to keep it 100 levels below these two, the most important ones. But so what I would do is early game, I would level this to be like plus 100 over everything else. And then mid game, start maximizing this. But at any time in the point in your game, this should be the lowest because this is the easiest. I hope that was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching.